Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into loyalty. We're comparing how it works in birds and, well, in us humans. You probably think you have a handle on it, but honestly, there are some real surprises when it comes to fidelity.
Absolutely. And our goal here isn't just, surface level stuff. We want to understand loyalty biologically, psychologically, maybe even philosophically. It goes much deeper than just asking who's being faithful.
Exactly. Because that whole image we have, birds as these symbols of perfect, unwavering loyalty. Turns out, science suggests that's largely us projecting. It's panthropomorphic bias.
Yeah, the data really backs that up. Look, over 90% of bird species show social monogamy.
Yeah.
That means they pair up to raise their young together.
Okay. Pair bonding for the kids. Makes sense.
But, and this is the key bit, sexual monogamy, where partners only mate with each other. That's incredibly rare, really rare. DNA studies show tons of what we call extra pair copulation.
Whoa, really? How much are we talking?
In some bird populations, it can be up to 75% of the chicks having, outside parents.
75%. So if it's not about romance or staying faithful in that way, what's actually driving this strong care bonding we see?
It seems to be a really powerful evolutionary strategy. It's all about offspring survival. Having two parents chipping in biparental care just dramatically boosts the chances those genes get passed on. It's practical, utilitarian almost, not really about deep emotional connection in the way we think of it.
Right, function over feeling, evolutionarily speaking.
And when we turn the lens on ourselves, our own evolutionary past suggests something like a mixed breeding pattern. It's not clear-cut either.
How do we know that?
There's research comparing testes weight relative to body weight across primates. Humans, we land somewhere between gorillas. They have low sperm competition, small testes, and chimps, who have high competition and, larger tests. It suggests our ancestors weren't strictly monogamous, biologically speaking.
That's fascinating. So there's this, biological tension built in. It helps explain maybe why you, the listener, might feel conflicted sometimes about loyalty. It's like this constant dance, isn't it, between the big evolutionary drivers, the ultimate causes, like passing on genes, and the immediate stuff, the proximate causes, like feeling lonely or having an opportunity or just being unhappy.
Precisely. Our biology kind of wires us with these competing impulses. It often plays out as this internal tug of war, instinct versus, conscious thought.
Okay, so given that biological pull in different directions, what really sets human loyalty apart from a bird's approach? Is there a fundamental difference?
I think the key distinction is our ability to choose loyalty through free will. It doesn't seem to be purely innate for us. It's more like a social technology, as Yuval Noah Harari puts it, something we built consciously. And the bedrock of that technology, trust. Simon Sinek talks a lot about that trust is essential.
And crucially, that conscious choice, it has to start somewhere personal, right? Like with self-loyalty, you hear thinkers like Naval Ravikant or Mark Manson on this. It starts with respecting yourself, your own values, not just, pretending to be virtuous or needing others to say you're loyal.
Exactly. You can't build genuine loyalty outwards if it's not grounded internally.
So we actually have the power to override those selfish genes that Richard Dawkins wrote about, those basic drives for replication, by consciously fighting our own psychological biases, like Charlie Munger's liking-loving tendency, how we can get blinded by affection.
Yes, that's the potential we have. We can recognize those biological and psychological pulls and consciously decide on a different course based on values, commitment, trust.
So if we circle back, trying to directly compare our loyalty scores between birds and humans just doesn't really work. The whole game is different. Birds, socially monogamous, mostly, but often sexually promiscuous for survival reasons.
Yeah.
Humans, infidelity stats hover around, 16, 20% maybe? But the real difference is that element of conscious choice.
Right. And sometimes that pretense of being better or more inherently loyal than birds, it might actually come from a lack of self-loyalty, from not wanting to face our own internal biological and psychological complexities. Building what we might call conscious loyalty really involves a few things.
Okay, what are the steps?
First, understand your biological roots. Observe those impulses, but without judging them harshly. Just see them. Second, actively build shared belief systems with others. That means investing in trust day in, day out through consistent action. Third, you have to fight those psychological biases. Recognize when emotions might be driving decisions inappropriately. And finally, as we said, start with self-loyalty. Honor your own core values and goals first. That's the foundation.
So loyalty isn't just some instinct we have or don't have. It's really a conscious effort, something you choose actively every day if you want to build those deep, meaningful connections. Which leaves a question for you to think about. What kind of connections will you choose to build?